such it's one of those topics I think that gets argued over a lot. Even in my own family, for example, we've had this conversation of, do you give someone respect because they deserve it, or do you give someone respect because they've earned it? And what I hear you saying is that everybody deserves some level of respect. Whether you think they've done bad things doesn't negate the fact that they're still a human being that deserves some sort of level of respect, because you don't know how that's going to change someone, it sounds like.
Right. You never heard me say I liked all these people, right? Or that they were my best friend. Yeah. I was going to go have coffee with them. I said I respected them. And you're right. I believe that if you respect human beings because they're human beings and that they are individuals, then you don't have to like everything about them. And they may be some of the most despicable people on the face of the earth. But again, you're treating them with respect because you understand this is still, at the very basis, a relationship you're trying to build. Right? And again, TV, movies, whatever, they want to show somebody coming in and, yelling and screaming and, slamming the doors. And look, that makes for great television, but that is not how things are done in real life. Certainly not how it's done in the FBI, because we understand what we have to do. And, whether it's somebody's a pedophile, crime against a child, or whether or not it's the politician who sold their trust down the road, or somebody who's committed murder, you still treat them with respect because they are human, not because of what they did or who they are. And I think that goes a long way.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that you condone what they've done or like them, like you said. It's funny because as you were saying that, I thought of how many salespeople it is that I've talked to that say things to me like, I just need to get past the gatekeeper. And it's a common phrase that we've probably all heard, but I sometimes will find myself saying to them, they're a human being, and they know you're trying to get past them, and that just makes you a jerk. So instead, treat them with respect, ask their name, see how their day is going. Actually treat them like a human being and not someone you have to get past to get what you want, because it's not about you.
Get past the gatekeeper, you need to recruit the gatekeeper.
Exactly.
We kind of joke in the office that, if you want anything done, you need to recruit the secretary. You need to recruit the person who, again, the world will look at and say, you got no power, right? You have no authority. Who are you? I need the boss, the big boss, right? No. You need that person who's right there, because in the end, that's the person who's going to be doing the work to begin with. And you treat that person with respect because they are an individual and a human being. I guarantee you will be much more successful when you try to go talk to that boss. But as soon as you disrespect that person, who do you think the boss talks to? I mean, that secretary, the gatekeeper, whoever that person is going to find a way to share that first encounter with the boss, right? Particularly if the boss is someone who isn't all-encompassing, if they're a true leader and gets the feedback from their team, right? That's ridiculous, right? And if you do it like, if you try to ask yourself, who am I supposed to treat with respect? Then you've lost the game. You treat everybody with respect, you don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said to somebody else. You just do it all the time. And it's funny too, because when I was single once upon a time and dating, one of the things that I would say to my girlfriends is they're like, well, how do you know who to date? I'm like, I watch how they treat other people. How do they treat waitstaff? How do they treat people that would be servants to them or less than in some way? Because if they don't treat them with respect, there's no way they're going to treat me with respect later on. They're just, they're being nice. So it's I think something that's so important to remember today, every day, all the time, like you said.